Okay, and what are you going to do when you're sitting at your desk working on social media and you're like, oh my God, there's five zillion things for me to do right now. I have no idea how to make $1 right now, but I need to do something. Then what are you going to do?
Hmm. I think I'm going to stop and take a deep breath and realize that I'm frustrated and I'm starting to go back into a negative loop that takes me takes me nowhere and is frustrating,
Yep.
and start to just maybe brain dump ideas or just to brain still, just close my eyes, breathe, and ask myself what would be the right course of action right now. Set an intention for what I want to do when I sit down and what my goal is, and then write out a plan.
How are you going to learn to prioritize that plan in a real, concrete way? Like, okay, it's nice to give yourself time. I agree with everything you've said so far, but I also am wondering, like, well, how do you know, okay, today in my work time, I must do this? How will you?
Be more disciplined with setting timelines.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the answer. Yeah. And what does that like look like? I need to be more disciplined with setting timelines. Just tell me what that means to you.
So in my scheduled social media posting hour,
Yep.
I am going to have that is the time that I am going to create the social media post, and then I'm going to go out, hit the arrow, go out into the ethers, and I'm
And
gonna let it go.
let's say you give it a 15-minute limit to create one post. And let's say you're on minute 17 and you're not sure it's right yet. What are you gonna do? Oh, I could still change it. No, this isn't the right picture. No, that's not the right message. Delete, 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 delete. What do you do? Like if you have 15 minutes to post and it's minute 17.
I think I would just stop, see the time, look it over one more time, and then just say, give myself, say, I'll give you 2 more minutes to look
Yep.
this over, and then it's time to send it off.
Right, because you already created it.
Yeah.
You must have created it for some reason, unless it's way off. I've had like one or two that I've just been like, no, that's not it for today. Delete. I didn't have the right vibe, but more times than not,
Mm,
it's somewhere around what I wanted.
yes.
Does it help to like perfect it? Does anybody give a shit
No.
if it's perfect? Does
No.
anyone even give a shit if it's on brand or whatever?
No, nobody has a clue really.
Is everybody even reading the whole thing? Is the frequency and regularity of it more important than what it says?
Yeah,
Yes.
that little verse. Oh, oh, there's that one again. Oh, there's that one again. Oh, there's that one.
Kind of like bubbles. Oh, that bubble, oh, that bubble. Just like kids. Bubble, 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 bubble. Yep. Okay, so what's the problem?
Mhm.
Look back on the problem from a couple hours ago and just study it for a minute and tell me what you think.
Yeah, there's no problem. Me knowing me knowing what I know is fun and awesome,
Right.
and I have a lot to offer, and I just um, yeah, and I have a lot to offer, not just online but also in person.
Yeah.
Not only to in all the roles that I play, and I want to show up 100% in all of those roles. So my business can be an important role in my life, but it's also, it has its time and its limits, and um, I'm sure that what I have to offer is really valuable. So I'll just keep going.
I mean, before I let you go, and I know you're tired at this point, but I just want to ask you to really get clear on this. How many other hypnotic nurse practitioners exist on Earth that you know of?
Just me. I tried to Google it.
So are you telling me that there's one in, I don't know how many billion people there are right now, but there's a lot, 9 billion or something? Okay, so like in the so-called civil, whatever, I don't know what the right politically correct word right now is, but in the world where people have the money to spend on this kind of operation, you're one in what, 3 billion, 4 billion? I don't know what the demographics are. Do you think there are enough customers?
Yeah.
I mean, does it stand to reason that if you even just put out your message in the shittiest possible way, you're still going to sell the product anyway? Are there people who are selling a much lesser, much less sophisticated, much shittier, much whatever crappier version who are making way more money than you? If that's true, what makes you think that you being the educated, spiritual, developed mother, professional, all the things, what makes you think that that isn't enough for it to be very profitable very quick? I mean, for it to
When you
be
put it like that,
very profitable very quick would be like 10 grand in a month in your first month or something. So that's what, like 5 clients or something out of the 3 billion we just spoke about.
yeah.
And by the way, I mean, that's harder for me because I don't know all those nurses, but you know a lot of them already.